The focus of this video will be the Submittals module from the engineering and consultant's point of view. Through the video, we'll discuss where you can find the Submittals module, how you can go about editing those items, and how you would go about placing it back in the contract manager's court for final approval. Once the contractor has gone through and updated a new submittal or placed a new submittal, it will be transmitted through the construction manager for a high-level view and decision on whether it should be sent to the engineer for review. So once the submittal has actually gone through that whole process and sent over to the engineer would get an email notification similar to this one up here, which would give you all the details of what has been updated throughout that submittal item. So the easiest way to get back to that submittal item is simply click on the valves product data, and that'll take you back to the submittal. You could also find it by scrolling down to your My Tasks, and you would see that item here. Or you can scroll up to the project workflows and click on the submittal items. Once you get to the submittal items, you have your views list, which you can arrange these items in your own perspective or how you would like to go about finding certain items. Right now you'll see the views is organized by active submittals by ball and court. And you'll see there's 3 items in Simplus's court and 1 item in the engineer's court, being the Simplus trainer for this video. So once we've realized that we have a submittal in our court, we can again get into the Submittals module. We can click on that item, and we can see 3 different tabs here. The General Informations tab is basically what the contractor put in their initial submittal. You can see the name, the submittal section and package here, what type of submittal it was, when they submitted it, who it was submitted by. You'll see that the engineer here is the ball and court. You'll also see an attachment here that you can open for review of this item. So once you go through reviewing all the data here, you want to click on the edit item over here. Scroll over to the review tab, and this is where you're going to start inserting any comments that you have as the engineer. If you have any documents you want to upload or anything like that, you can go to choose file and select whatever your comments are. You would double click on it or click open, whichever way you want to do that, and then you'd be sure to click upload for the attachment to be included in this item. Please note the naming structure of each of the attachments should indicate the submittal name, the company in which you work, and who the submittal comments are being returned to. If you don't see your attachment appear in this box down here and you click save, that attachment will not be included in the submittal item. So you'll notice the status here is still in review. Once Simplus receives this back from the reviewer, then we will take the comments, and for the majority of the time we will just go with the engineering comments, but the remaining few percent that we may disagree with the engineer or have additional comments of our own, we would either send that item back to the engineer with our own questions or comments for additional clarification, or we would pass the original engineering comments back to the contractor with Simplus's own additional comments. So that will end up being changed to NET by Simplus, and then that item will be sent back to the contractor. Once you've gone through and entered your comments, scroll over to the review date. Start filling out all the text fields that would apply. Make sure you check the sign box indicating you were the actual reviewer. You can place the ball in court, back to Simplus. Again, if you have any files that you'd like to attach, you would do that here and make sure to click the upload button. And then the CC box would be similar to Microsoft Outlook, in which you could send this back to multiple people who would be interested in it. If you're curious on any of the latest information or updates for the submittal or any other item for that matter, you can scroll up to the discussions tab and it'll have our latest discussions on the right here, and then any discussion history if this item continues to remain outstanding for weeks on end. That will show up under the discussion history over here. So that is the discussion tab. You can get back over to your review tab, make sure that all your information has been updated, and then click save. And you'll now see the item has been taken out of your court and placed back into Simplus's court. If you're interested in finding out any of the items that have been approved, you can again go up to your views here and start arranging the items of how you'd like to lay out those individual submittals. So for instance, if you're looking for all the approved items, you can click on the all approved view here. And to make the search easier, you can sort by, submittal package or the number or the title, anything like that. Or you could also just click up in the search box here to search for individual items. Please note that when you use the search box to search for a submittal item, that it's only going to search the specific view in which you are currently in. So if you try to search for an item that hasn't been approved and you're using the search box under all approved, you will not find that item. If you're looking for the status of an individual item, you can click on the ellipsis and you can go to all submittals. You can go to any submittals that are approved in the last 7 days. You can click on the submittals by status. So there's a lot of different views under this ellipsis that you can arrange your submittals by to help organize them in the way that you'd like. If you'd like to print any of the submittals, you can go up to the list up here, select the print button, click on the drop down, and again you'll have multiple reports that you'd like to print. So you can click on any of these. It'll give you a layout of how that report is going to print. You'll see who has each of the open items. You can click the PDF icon here and save it as a PDF on your desktop, or print it from here also. You can also email it to any coworkers or anyone that would be interested in it as well. So that is the printing options, and that covers the engineering or consultant's review process of the submittals module within VPO.